is delivering the second part of the second speech in Pathways Basic Camp. The do-over speech using the same evaluator to measure his progress. Last week, we celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday as a day of national service. Following up on this theme, our speaker has chosen the title, "I Don't Have Time for This." Oh, really? Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster John Morse with our customary enthusiastic, sustained, and very loud round of applause.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Yes, last Monday, on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, we were to celebrate a National Day of Service. And I wonder how many of you took time to provide service to others on that day. Some did, some did, some did, some did. Yes, and it's so important. However, on time after time, I hear one thing, and that is, I just don't have time for it. Really? Consider this for a moment. There are 168 hours every week. Not a minute more, not a minute less. If you spend 55 hours at work and in commute, and you spend 14 hours eating, and you sleep 8 hours a day every day, and you spend 6 hours in faith-based activities, and you socialize with your peers maybe for 4 hours, and you read for 7 hours, and you watch TV for 14 hours, and you engage in really strenuous activity 4 hours a week, why? You end up with 6 extra hours. Do you know that that amounts to over 300 hours a year? The opportunities are limitless. Tonight, I want to talk about 4 opportunities for you in Toastmasters. The first opportunity that you have is to be a coach. Be a coach for a new member. After you've been here for 6 months or so, you'll be eligible to coach one of our newest members to help him along. I happen to coach a gentleman by the name of Paul Paquin at the Tampa Toastmasters Club. He's a very, very bright man. He has a college degree, a law degree. He's an attorney. He was the Solicitor General for the Dominican Republic. Yet he suffers from a lifelong disability of stuttering. And he wants to get over it. And I want to have the opportunity to help him. Next Friday, 2 days from now, I'll go and meet with him to help him with his second speech. Coaching is one of those great opportunities that you have. It doesn't take much time. Usually, you coach a person through his first 3 or 4 speeches. I happen to have coached Don Prue. He was a real challenge.
Thanks, John.
and some other people in this club. It's always fun to see how people grow. Last year, Don Prue represented this club with his famous, very famous Mr. Humor Truck speech at the Humor Speech Contest, at the area contest, and went to the division contest. I think it was all because of good coaching. Don't you agree, Don?
Sure.
Yes. The second opportunity you'll have, maybe, is to participate in something that Thomas Van Antwerp knows about. He's a sponsor at the Zephyr Hills Correctional Institute. And people, Toastmasters, men and women, go there to teach and help felons in prison. And they teach them how they can learn to better project themselves, how they can speak. It's an amazing experience. I believe in the saying that nobody is as bad as his worst day in life. Nobody is as bad as the worst thing he ever did, and everybody is entitled to redemption. At that club, you have an opportunity, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. It's not going to make a big dent in all those 300 hours, but it will add up and it will help them. Another opportunity that Toastmasters provides is to sponsor and help a group of youngsters in youth leadership. Shirley is anxious as all get out to put on a youth leadership program sponsored by this club. And it's going to be very exciting because last year we had the opportunity to work with 4th and 5th graders in youth leadership. It teaches them the same skills we learned here in Toastmasters. How to respond to table topics, how to get up and how to talk. It's wonderful. What I learned from that opportunity is this. 4th and 5th graders have no fear. When I call on people here to do table topics, they all kind of cringe and sit and turn around, and you can't find a face looking at you anymore, right? There, when you ask for participants, they all raise their hands. They all want to participate, and it's such a wonderful opportunity to see how much they will grow. It's only 8 weeks. 2 hours a week for 8 weeks. That's the program. I think that both Shirley and I know it's a wonderful opportunity. The last opportunity that I have is called Speechcraft. Some men say, women too, we really don't want to become involved in Toastmasters per se. However, what we do want to do is to learn more speaking skills. The Speechcraft program, which is a Toastmaster program, lasts for 8 weeks, just like youth leadership. We have the opportunity to help them learn speaking skills in a 2.5 to 3 hour program, 8 weeks out of the year. We've done it at Tampa Electric and some other companies, and it's really, really a wonderful opportunity to help these people grow and become more competent. As you can see, the opportunities are limitless. And if you just take a little bit, just a little chunk of all those 300 hours that you've got to give to others, you will not regret it. I think that the champ, Muhammad Ali, summed it up as well as anyone. Service to others is the rent we pay for the room on earth. Mr. Toastmaster.